Can we monetize love?
Mhm.
I will go. Are you taking the first answer, or are you selecting?
Harvey?
I'll go first if you. Harvey wants to go first.
Harvey, go for it.
Well, money is just a physical form of energy, so you can monetize anything, really. The question is, how much do you want to monetize something, and how much do you want to do something without without the necessity of having the exchange of money? I mean, I could share. I share my home on a website called Warm Showers. It's for the bicycle community, and there's no money exchange for that. Okay. But would I rent 2 rooms in my house out full time if I wasn't getting paid for it? Probably not. So it really just depends, and you can monetize anything, I mean, people monetize love now. People get married for money all the time. Give each other love for the exchange of money. So, but I think that what we're dealing with right now is, I think money is awesome. It's an awesome thing. Unfortunately, we allow it to run amok in our society, and it goes down the wrong path all the time. And I think what people in this sharing economy are doing right now is they're demonstrating this out of just being alive and being people and the way evolution works. They're demonstrating that people don't want to be controlled, people don't want to be tampered with, people don't want their currencies fucked with, excuse my expression. People want to be able to express themselves freely and make a living at that. They want to exercise their Ninth Amendment human right to earn a living without having it be manipulated by politicians and anything else. So, I mean, anything can be monetized. The question is, should it be? I hope that wasn't too long an answer.
No, it was perfect. Thank you.
Sure.
How's my sound now?
It's great. Perfect visual, everything. It's good.
Great. Well, I'm just going to drop in a term which means the sharing of love, which includes money, not excluded to, out of Africa, because that's where my roots of sharing came from, called ubuntu. It's one of their culture's most cherished values. And so Lewis Hyde wrote this book called The Gift, and he called it erotic commerce, because he said when we share our resource, our financial resources from the heart, that's sharing eros. So he said every transaction that generates deeper intimacy, which is the principle of ubuntu, he calls it erotic commerce, which I thought was just really
Yeah, it's
talking about connection, right? And so it's a beautiful book. However, when that energy of that currency travels with the clear, pure intent of love, then it builds connection, it builds intimacy, it builds bonding at the level of the heart. And he said that is what the human species needs more than anything else. And so those of us that are focused on these evolutionary economies, this is the nuts and bolts of how it's going to be sustainable on the planet.
This is going to be fun, weaving this conversation. All right, we're on.
And to track it, we're going to need higher technologies, because it's kind of ineffable for a lot of people. However, the higher the technologies, they can demonstrate and track where that energy is moving as love, and that it's quantifiable. So I'm excited to see, the yin and the yang working together.
Thank you.
Money flows inside. Money is oftentimes referred to as currency, and there's a current within that. There's an energetic frequency that money can be associated with. And so for me, I'm most fascinated with that currency being infused with love. so that instead of, one of our colleagues, Barbara Wilder, wrote a whole book about money and love, and reconnecting with the sacred origins of money, and more about, and I worked with her for several months one-on-one, and I feel like it's about transmuting the current paradigm of our relationship to money. That actually, in engaging in loving, collaborative models like sharing economies, that actually that's transmuting the currents, the current that travels within the money. So it's the other way around. It's not monetizing love.
Infusing it.
It's infusing love into the monetary system, because the monetary system has been devoid of love, and it needs a lot of love. And so by engaging in models of co-creation that are infused with love, then it starts to shift the energy and our relationship to money, like totally.
So can I toss out an example real quick of how that resonates with me? Real simply put, putting a affirmation on my pillows before a guest comes to my home for the first time, saying, I am beautiful, I am loved, I am worthy, all over the home, and they're forced to read it because they're reading I am. Right, because it's infusing it, and it's simple.
The term monetization, I think, for me, it has a big association. It's almost like a trigger word that's associated with the transactional world, which is very cold and very calculated.
So what about reciprocity?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, or even giving or sharing. I mean, there's a value that's traveling with that. I mean, infusing the currency exchange or reciprocity with love, it goes beyond the numerical value of it. It's carrying a greater frequency that can actually be computed.
Yeah, I was listening to all of you, and I so much enjoy what you have to say. You make me more knowledgeable after listening to you. And, I mean, what's happening right now, this is love. And I think without paying the bills for the phone or the computer, we cannot feel that love. I mean, that's a practical thing. I mean, I wouldn't hear that knowledge and information and sharing. And the answer for that is, I believe that we're shifting. The energy is shifting right now in the universe. I mean, in the beginning, it was much easier to love. When money appeared, it was more difficult to love. It's getting into competition. And right now we're getting into what the Kabbalists call the center column energy, when you can combine physicality with the most elevated part of spirituality, which is called love. In Kabbalah, we teach that there are 3 levels to share. One is money, one is time, and the ultimate level is love. So money is part of the practice to get to love. If a person is, for example, cheap, and he cannot share, he can never find love. Cheap people can never fall in love. It's impossible, because they're so busy for collecting a certain item that they feel that will bring them love. But money, money is an investment. I look at it like, if there is something that you love, you invest money to buy whatever you love. So to reach that level of love, I believe you have to have some money, but the question is, how do you look at your money? If you love your money way too much, and that's what happened to us when we work hard for it, it's very difficult to reach to the next level. So can you inject love into money? Of course, yes. But we need to remember that money is a tool that can get us to a higher level. When money becomes the purpose, then the love, unfortunately, to my opinion, again, it doesn't mean it's right, can be diminished. Can be diminished because it's replaced the ultimate goal of humanity, which is to love unconditional one to another. And if there is something I'm not willing to invest within the physical domain, whatever it is, money, clothes, food, whatever it is, it might be the blockage in my life not to reach the area of unconditional love. Because when we love each other, money cannot be a blockage any longer. And so when you reach to your pocket to pay the bill in the restaurant, is a way sometimes also to show love to the people around you. You know, it's a way to be kind. So within money, there is love. The question, do we look at the coin with the energy, what it was created for, or we look at the coin, which is look like metal, like our friends say before, it can be cold. So money has two sides to it. And whatever side that we want to use, that's what it becomes. So we make the money love, or we make the money cold or physical. That's what we are, the balance. We are the center column. We are the one who can create the balance by looking at the money with the right eye and say, this is a tool to make it different, or this is a tool to make me more important in the eyes of people, you know? And if I need that tool to make me more important in the eyes of people, that's when I don't love myself. If I don't love myself, I got to use some tools for people to love me. And then people don't love me. People actually love my money. Like I advised one rich man, he asked me, why people only want my money? And I answer with my Israeli style, it's because that's all what you have to give. You have nothing else to give. So people want your money. If you have love to give, people who don't want your money, they want love. But sometimes if the person, all what he has to offer is money, coin, clothes, vegetables, that's what people come after, because people are in need of to receive. And that's what I believe. I don't want to sound so much with the ego, even I have a little ego still out there. It's very, very important, in my opinion, that we find the balance between the two. And I'm very happy we're talking about it, because it can create a wonderful balance, a wonderful love. And when we find the balance between love and money, money is coming from God, coming from the Creator, the blessing. Love coming from God, coming from the Creator, it's a blessing. If we can find the bridge between the two, we are absolutely spiritual people.
The statement that money is investment. So I want to close with this, and I'm going to bring that into another conversation, because we're familiar with the word or the term investment as a banking term. Okay? What we're talking about here is wealth, and I like to say health, wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Us coming together to create wealth. So money as an investment, that's going to be something we'll dive deeper into, along with infusing money with love and how to do that. I'm so grateful for all of you tonight. It's just a blessing and an honor to have this message come to life. Keep up the great work, all of you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brandi. To be continued.
Yeah.